In this opening seated position, begin by sending some energy up the spine. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. Again, in through the nose. And a big sigh. Ujjayi breath. Long, slow, rhythmic inhales and exhales. Both the inhale and the exhale now come in and out through the nose. Creating a valve in your soft palate slows the airflow, helping you establish a smooth breath rhythm. Today, as we open our practice, we're going to do alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana or Anuloma Viloma. Using your dominant hand, place 2 fingers, index and middle finger, on your third eye. And you'll begin by closing the left nostril, inhaling through the right. After the inhale, change, exhaling left. Inhale left. Change, exhale right. Inhale again on the right. Change, exhale left. Inhale left. Change, exhale right. Continue on your own rhythm, changing sides after the inhale. Finish after your next exhale on the right. Return to bilateral breathing. Bring your hands together at the heart center. Anjali Mudra, gently pressing the palms together. Interlace your hands, and you're welcome to blink your eyes open now as we start to awaken the body, starting with the wrists. Circling your wrists. You can hold your hands together or separate them, making fists, and also make circles, and then reverse direction. And now let's come to tabletop, where we'll take our warm-up into the spine, cat and cow. Inhale, extend your tail and crown. Exhale, dome. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Continue on your own rhythm. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Return to neutral. Extend your right foot straight behind. Flex and point through the ankle. Similar to our wrist warm-up, we'll warm up our ankles. Then circle your ankle a few times in each direction. As you're doing this, you're breathing deeply and using your breath to help stabilize through the core. Release your right foot down. Take left leg back. Remembering to breathe to stabilize as you flex and point through the ankle. And circle your ankle a few times in each direction. Release your right ankle to right knee to the floor. Extend the right leg with your left arm. Opposite arm and leg reaching. Exhale, dome your spine. There's a percussive exhale. Inhale, reach. And replace arm and leg. We'll alternate sides. Left leg, right arm, extend. Exhale, dome. Inhale, extend. And replace. Back to the first side. Right leg, left arm. Exhale, dome. Inhale, reach. Replace slowly. One more time, left leg, right arm. Dome. Inhale, reach. And replace. Take the right leg back one more time. Cross right leg over the left. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Look over your left shoulder, Breathing into your side ribs as you're side bending the spine. Inhale, return. Equal weight on forelimbs. Pause for a moment, turn the left leg out, extend the right leg, and open up to the right side, a modified version of side plank. Right arm extends overhead. Lift the hips up so there's engagement in your bottom obliques. To intensify, you can float that leg in space, maybe walk your hand forward just a little bit. And come back to tabletop. Extend the left leg. Tuck your toes, crossing right leg over left. Squeeze inner thighs. Look over right shoulder, side bending. A breath in. And a breath out. Come back to tabletop. Right leg turns out, left leg extends. Opening up now to your left side. Easy to settle weight on your shoulder. Engage your underside obliques. So you're squeezing your ribs toward your hip to support the spine. Option to extend the left leg out into space. The heel is very firmly flexed. Replace the foot. Come back to tabletop. One more time, we'll go to the left side. Parigasana, side plank variation. Arm can extend overhead. Option to stay right here. Option to lift the leg. Third option, sweep your right hand back to find the foot. Taking this balance, press down into your bottom leg and reach your pubic bone forward. Maybe your head goes back. So the pubic bone goes forward as the head goes back. That takes you into a back bend. Another breath in. Release gently. First to the gate pose. Then back to tabletop. Second side, right leg turns out, left leg extends. Come into your Parigasana side plank variation. Option 1. Option 2, the leg lifts. Option 3, you reach back for the foot. Once you find the foot, kick into your foot. Pubic bone goes forward, head goes back. Pressing down into your bottom knee is your point of stability. One more breath in. Release to Parigasana, table, and child's pose. Wide knee child's pose. Your big toes are together. Hips toward heels. Forehead comes forward toward the floor. Breathe into your back space. Walk your hands over to the right. Option to wrap your right hand around the back or stack your left hand on the right. Imagine a weighted sandbag pressing your body down. Another breath in. Exhale, come back through center, over to your second side. Option to wrap your left hand or stack right hand on left. Another breath in here. And a breath out, come back to center. Tabletop once again. We have one more warm-up sequence for our spine. Twist, rotation. Take your right hand to your right temple. Inhale, open the rib cage. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, open, rotating your thoracic spine. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last time, opening. Option to extend the arm, wiggle your fingers, circle the wrist, and thread the needle. Ear and shoulder come to the floor. Left arm can extend forward or wrap behind the back. Breathe. Enjoy another inhale. And an exhale. The in-breath brings you back to tabletop. Pause, equal weight on forelimbs. We'll do the second side. Left hand to temple. Inhale, open up your chest and ribs toward the side. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last time, opening. Option to extend the arm, wiggle the fingers, circle the wrist, and thread the needle. Right arm can extend forward or wrap behind the back. Breathe. Last inhale. After your exhale, gently come back to tabletop. Rolling onto your back, however is easiest for you to transition onto the back, so you might just rotisserie around. On your back, we'll take the arms out to a T position with the knees up to 90 degrees. Now I'm going to change my orientation to demonstrate. So, thread the needle on hands and knees really wakes up our thoracic spine. As we rotate our upper body, some of my friends call them tick-tocks, moving your knees side to side like a clock. That wakes up our lower spine and does a little more work for our obliques. So we'll consider this ab work as you squeeze the knees together. Your knees are at 90, shins are at 90. Inhale, move your knees to 2 o'clock. You're balanced on the right hip, your shoulders are square. Exhale, back to 12 o'clock. Inhale, move the knees to 10 o'clock, still squeezing the inner thighs together so your knees don't shear forward and back. Exhale to 12. Inhale over to 2, shoulders are stable on the floor. Exhale back. Inhale to 10, sorry, cramp. Exhale back to 2. You're welcome to extend the leg as you continue on your own. Extending the legs adds weight and a greater challenge to the abdomen. Be very mindful that you aren't shearing the legs forward and back, so your toes stay perfectly lined up with one another. One more time to the right. Exhaling to neutral and to the left. Exhale to neutral, hug the knees. One last little bit of core work. Inhale and exhale, look toward your navel. So we're curled in like a little ball. Inhale, extend your fingers away from toes. Exhale, hug your knees. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hug. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hug. 2 more. Last one. And we're transitioning. Rock and roll. If you're facing the wrong direction, cross your legs, and when you can turn around when you stand up, coming into downward dog. First downward dog, pedal out through the feet. Breathing. Settle your heels toward the floor. Consider your arms. Spiraling energy through the arms. Shoulders connect to the rib cage firmly. Breathe in. And breathe out. Look forward. Walk your feet toward your hands. The back ribs lead you forward as you walk into a forward fold. So you're already draping the spine over. The back of your ribs are heavy, falling towards earth. Option, interlace opposite elbows. Option to bend your knees considerably, bringing the belly close to your thighs. So you're stretching not only the backs of your legs, but also the back of your torso. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Release your elbows. Bend your knees. Unfurl the body in 2 or 3 breaths, all the way up to standing. All right, yogis. Let's begin Sun Salutation A 3 times through, first time slowly. Inhale, sweep your arms above head. Microbend your knees as you hinge the spine forward. So it's a hinge from your hip joint. Keep the microbend in your knees as you half lift. Plant your hands and step to plank. First time through, lower your knees. Establish a nice horizontal spine. Weight forward over the arms. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower chest and hips to the floor. First time through, cobra. You can do mini cobra. And release. Press back to table using the core strength. Downward dog, 3 breaths. A little micro bend to the knees so there's energy through the knee joint. Same thing with the shoulders. And instead of a micro bend, we say rotational energy. Last inhale. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands, leading with your back ribs as you come forward. Inhale, lift halfway. You can even think of leading with your back ribs here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring your body up to stand. Hands return to the heart. Reclaim your breath for an inhale. And an exhale. Round 2. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, we're moving through Vinyasa. Taking Chaturanga, high plank, low plank. Here you can use your knees. Inhale, then exhale. Cobra Bhujangasana. Using back strength, squeezing your back to extend the spine. Exhale, you can go right to downward dog or release to Chaturanga again. Breathe in and out once you arrive in downward dog. And think of the adjustments for the limbs. The arms spiral and the legs microbend. You could also apply those same principles oppositely. Oppositely? I made up that word. The elbows can microbend and the legs could spiral. Last breath in. Breath out, your feet come toward your hands, stepping or hopping. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale up to standing. And Tadasana. Breath in. Breath out. Round 2, I'll give you it in Sanskrit. You know the sequence. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Vinyasa. Bhujangasana. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Three breaths on your own. When you finish your third exhale, finish the sequence. Ardha Uttanasana. Tadasana. Samasthiti. In Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B, today, we're going to transition a bit differently, and I'm going to just give you a heads up now because the transition happens when we're upside down in downward dog. Instead of lifting the leg to step it forward, I had an opportunity to practice with an old teacher. And I was reminded of a traditional Hatha tradition, which instead of lifting the leg, you start by planting the back foot, coming into warrior 1, and then stepping your right foot forward. Your stance is a little narrower than your warrior 1 might normally be. And then from there, with your stance set up, we'll come up into warrior 1 with the hips square. And then we'll transition back to downward dog. So instead of the lift the leg, step it through variation, we're going to do set the foot up, step the opposite foot forward. Just listen for that. Chair. Start with an inhale. Exhale, sit your hips low. 5 breaths here. Every breath you're fortifying your muscular energy, creating space, strength, and flexibility in the joints. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Vinyasa. You can take this however you like, or you can skip the Vinyasa sequence and just meet in downward dog. Yogi's choice. Here we are, the transition I mentioned into warrior one. Set up your right foot at a 45-degree angle, step your left foot forward. Your hips are already square to the front of the mat. Inhale, bring your torso up. You can go torso, then hands, or you can rise torso above, or with hands above torso. Remember to square the hips, steering your right hip forward, left hip back. Ground down into both feet. Breathe in. And breathe out. Reach forward to place the hands on the floor and step back to downward dog. Second side. Step your left foot slightly forward into a 45-degree angle. Bring your right foot forward into a lunge. Press down into your feet as you bring your body up. Hands and torso, or torso and hands together. Squaring your hips even more when you arrive. Another inhale. Reach forward, plant the hands, step to downward dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Prepare to travel feet to hands, top of the mat, leading with your back ribs on this transition. Half lift. Release. Chair. Tadasana, or Samasthiti. Breath in. Breath out, round two. Take an inhale. Chair. Arms 5 breaths. Find something pleasurable about the work you do in chair. Two more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Half lift. Chaturanga. Bhujangasana. Downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your right foot forward to 90 degrees. The right heel lines up with your left big toe, then the left foot comes forward. One breath up. Let's stay here for an extra breath. I lied. Option if you choose to inhale, extend your spine. I like to do that with my arms on my head. You can do it with arms above head or hands on your hips. Reach the crown of your head, maybe your hands forward, transition, plank, dog. Left leg forward to 90 degrees. Right foot all the way forward. Ground down through your feet, body up. Exhale, fortify the position. Option to extend the spine. Another inhale. Exhale, reach forward, plank, dog. Take an inhale. Prepare the transition, feet to hands. When you arrive, inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Chair for a breath. Tadasana. We'll do that sequence one more time through. Single breath movement. Start with an inhale. Exhale, chair. One breath, add your arms. Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana. Chaturanga. Bhujangasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot down, left foot forward. Inhale, body up. Exhale, body down. Left foot down. Right foot forward. Inhale, body up. Exhale, body down. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, big toes together. Transition. Half lift. Exhale, release. Chair. Tadasana. Find breath. A Warrior 2 series working on external rotation. Step your right foot out, arriving in Warrior 2. Extend the arms. Inhale and exhale, lunge firmly into the front foot. Left arm up to sky. Another inhale. Exhale, change. Left arm down to ankle. Another inhale. Exhale, change. One more time, reach up to the sky. And exhale, cartwheel all the way to the floor. Pause. Find a long runner's lunge. Square your body and twist to the left. One more inhale. Exhale, left hand down. However, you're going to keep twisting. Tuck your right knee under, and you come to a seat. So you end up twisting toward what was the left side of your mat. So now I'm facing away from you. Your left, I'm going to turn around so you can see. Your left leg is on top, the right leg is below. Inhale, exhale, seated twist. To your left or to your top leg. A breath in. And a breath out. Cross your legs so one knee stacks over the other. And that might not be possible. So you might just stack your shins like Lincoln logs, shin to knee style, instead of knee to knee. Breathe in, and this might be an extreme outer hip stretch. If you need a little more, hinge forward, keeping your low back long. So you can't really see with the color of my shirt. But try to avoid rounding your back. Keep it long and hinge forward. We're coming all the way back to standing. So the top foot is your left. That foot comes to a lunge. Left foot forward, right foot back. Back heel down, windmill up to Warrior 2 again. Narrow your stance, one footprint for Trikonasana. Inhale, exhale, squeeze your inner thighs together. Move your pubic bone toward the back leg as you take your spine horizontal to the floor. Left hand toward the ankle, right hand toward sky. Breath in. And breath out. Bend your front knee. Hand to your hips. Inhale your torso up and step your feet together. You can stay facing the same direction. I'm going to turn to the back of the mat to do the other side. Step your left foot back. Warrior 2. Inhale. And exhale. Left arm up to sky. Exhale, stay. Take another breath in. Exhale, side angle. Opposite arm up to the sky as you breathe. One more time, left arm to sky. Cartwheel to the floor, right hand, left hand, finding a long runner's lunge. Here's where a block might be handy. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, rotate to your right. Breathe in. Now, if you like, you can, instead of bringing your left hand down, you can just keep rotating into your twist, calling it a pretzel twist. Otherwise, you can bring the right hand down, lower the knee down, and then tuck that knee under right leg. So the left leg is under, right foot is over. I'll turn back around to the front so you can see a little bit. Sit evenly on your sit bones. Inhale, exhale, rotate to your right. One more inhale, exhale, unwind, then double stack the legs, either shin to shin, or shin over shin, I meant ankle to knee, or stack your knees, shoelace, or half Gomukhasana. If you need a little more intensity, hinge forward. Inhale your body up. Back to your right foot lunge. So that front foot becomes the top foot becomes the front lunge foot. Back heel down, we're into warrior two. Right leg forward, left back. Trikonasana, narrow your footprint. One foot. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Move the pubic bone back as the spine reclines towards the floor. Right hand down, left hand up. Breath rhythm. Last inhale. Bend the front knee, hands to hips, and inhale, bring your body back up. And step your feet back to the top of the mat. We're going to do the sequence one more time, adding in our pinnacle pose. So the pinnacle pose is balancing half moon with an optional held foot. So what that looks like, from the very end where we just left off, we'll reach forward from Trikonasana into balancing half moon. And you can reach for that foot if you choose. You can also, from Trikonasana, say, no thank you. Come onto your knee and do the same thing on your knee, the one we warmed up. Yogi's choice, starting on your right leg stepping back. Inhale, exhale, right foot back. We'll move through the first part with single breath movement. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left hand to ankle. Breathe into this shape. Exhale, change. Left hand to sky. Cartwheel to the floor. Square your hips toward the earth. Rotate chest towards the left. Your hips are still square towards earth. Take another inhale. And then keep rotating into pretzel. Sit up tall. Inhale. Rotate left. Take an extra breath in. Exhale, shoelace, stacking your knees. This time, instead of leaning forward, inhale, arms extend. Exhale, left hand touches your shoulder blade at the top. Right hand touches shoulder blade at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale, touch your opposite shoulder blades, top and bottom. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale, touch the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale, touch your shoulder blades. Cartwheel all the way back to your lunge. Shoom, bada boom. And then keep cartwheeling back to warrior two. Narrow your stance, Trikonasana. Inhale and exhale into the shape. Breathe in. And here we go. Bend the front knee. Launch your body forward. Your back leg is strong. Option to reach for your back foot. Option to say, no thank you, I would like to be on my left knee. You're kicking into your foot, your pubic bone is moving forward as your head moves back. One more breath in, your left hand could be on a block. And exhale, softly landing in a warrior two. And step your feet together. That was fun. Let's do the second side. I know I have a different definition of fun than most. But what about it is fun for you? Left leg steps back. Inhale and exhale, warrior two. Right arm up to sky. Right arm to ankle. Breathe into this shape. Exhale, change. One more time, breathing up to the sky. Cartwheel to earth. Square your hips to earth. Keep them square as you rotate rib cage toward the right. Another breath in. Continue that rotation coming into your pretzel twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. We'll enjoy a breath here. Unwind into shoelace pose, double stacking your knees. Inhale, extend your arms. Exhale, touch opposite shoulder blade. One hand touching the top of the shoulder, other hand touching the bottom of the opposite shoulder. Inhale, extend. Exhale, touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, touch. Cartwheel all the way back to the front of your mat. Left foot lunge. And then cartwheel again all the way up to standing. You're a gymnast. Trikonasana. I forgot where we were after my funny joke. Inhale. Exhale. Trikonasana. Inhale. And exhale. Here we go. Balancing half moon. Shift your weight forward. Strength through your body. Then make a choice. Reaching for your left foot. Or just reaching your left limbs meaningfully into space. Move your pubic bone forward, kick into your foot. Another inhale. And exhale, softly release your grip. The left foot finds the earth. One more time, warrior two. And step your feet together. Let's finish with a really luxurious pigeon. We'll take a sun salutation to get us there. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift on your inhale. Vinyasa as you like, yogis. You can skip this sequence. You can go plank directly into dog. From here, we'll lift the leg, what we haven't done all class, lifting that leg into extension. You're welcome to bend the knee if you choose. And sweep your right shin forward. A block or a water bottle on the side. Drop your water bottle over as a place to support the pelvis. Self-adjustment. I'm not there to help, but you can take the flesh of your right thigh and move it out to the side, creating space in the hip. Breathe in, breathe out, and then fold. Shoulders and hips are squaring to the floor, little micro adjustments as you remain here. You might choose a second block or a pillow for your forehead. Observe your bilateral breathing. And as we near the end of our asana practice, we still have some time together, but towards the end, we've deepened the awareness of the physical body. I have to actually bring myself out of the pose. Because if I really allowed myself to be with the sensations I was feeling, and they're intense, so being with them requires some steadfast attention. And some of them are just uncomfortable sensations, but I know they're good for me. There's tightness in my hip that I know needs to be released. So I come out because the deepness of that awareness, when I'm in that space, I lose track of time. It's really a flow state. And so I might leave you in the posture for longer than we need. As we move into biking season, I'm preparing a bike week class for our cyclist. Myself, I'm a cyclist. Often pigeon becomes untenable, just too much, too intense of a position. So I always offer the modified version of pigeon against the wall. You can cross the leg over the right leg over the femur, and then bring the other foot to the wall. And as you do so, you very subtly and gently come into the same stretch we found in the prone position or face down position. So wherever you are, enjoy another 3 to 5 breaths. On your next inhale, bring your body up. And gently come out of pigeon. First to tabletop. Downward dog as you're ready. Pedal through the feet, right and left. And we'll set up for a pigeon on the second side. Lift the left leg, big yawning open for the pelvis, extending the left femur, maybe stacking your hips, getting a little spine rotation. And exhale, setting up for your pigeon. I've given you this little Sanskrit today. This is one of my favorite Sanskrit. Ekapada Rajakapatasana. Ekapada is one leg pigeon, or one leg. Eka, one, pada, leg. Rajakapatasana refers to the shape of our spine, this lifted pigeon shape. And the full position is done with the leg lifted, and then you reach back for that foot. But we most often enjoy the reclined version. The self-adjustment is available for the left thigh. Move the flesh outward, creating space in the hip joint. Then you recline, and there's more space for the back of the hip to open. Settle into your breath rhythm. Let your mind be content where it is observing the breath. Sometimes the mind in long-held postures likes to wander. If the mind does wander, notice where it goes and gently nudge your attention back to the body, staying with that deep awareness of self. I mentioned in the more rigorous posture, find something that you enjoy or find the fun in the pose. Similar here. As I mentioned, I have a perverse sense of fun, and rigorous work is fun. Whereas for me, restful states, such as long-held postures like this, are not fun. They actually are in some ways anxiety-producing. But what about this can be fun? The time you have to be aware of the body. Sometimes it's a matter of telling your mind that this is good for you, that rest is good and important. We've had a lot of that rhetoric during the quarantine of reminding ourselves that we can take rest at this time. So we're more recharged when we're able to be together again. Enjoy 2 or 3 more breaths here in this pose. Gently prepare to come out. Taking, excuse me, tabletop, a downward dog, and perhaps your last downward dog. Pedal through the feet. Maybe stretch a leg back, other leg back. After a breath or 2 in downward dog, come into child's pose. This can be the wide knee variation we did earlier, or you can do knees together variation with the hands by the heels. Gently bring your body up, come forward and onto your belly. One final opening for our shoulders, and then one final opening for our hips. You may use one of your blocks or a pillow. Extend your right arm, bend your left knee, roll to the right side, pinning the shoulder underneath you. The foot finds the floor in front or behind the leg. Your left hand, the top hand, can be on the floor either in front or behind the body. If you're wanting a different variation, come out of your rotated position, back to belly on the floor, and bend the elbow. If the elbow is bent, you might not have your head on the floor. I have a much less or much more limited range of motion here, but it's working a different part of the pectoral system. One more breath in wherever you are, and a breath out. Set that up on your second side. Move the block or pillow to the left ear. Extend the left arm, bend the right knee, and roll to the side. Foot can be on the floor behind or in front of the leg. Same for the top hand, in front or behind the body. A reminder, you have the second variation available with the bent elbow. And if you're going for that variation, you may have much less range of motion. That's fine. Last inhale. And an exhale. Roll to your belly. Come onto your back. So you can rotisserie around, or however is easiest to find your back. Shoulder bridge and happy baby. Not together, but last 2 poses. Press into your feet as you lift your hips into shoulder bridge. Option to interlace your hands behind you. Option to go into wheel if that's in your practice. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. And hug your hug your knees. Happy baby. Holding onto your feet, keeping your feet together, or opening the feet, knees to shoulders. Breathe, yogis. If there's anything else your body is craving today, now is an excellent time to explore that. You have 2 minutes to play. In this time, stay meaningfully connected to your breath. Whatever you're working on, keep that steadfast awareness of the body, physical sensations. Some of what I'm discovering as I really am, I'll use the word forced, but it's part of the quarantine. You know, my daily yoga practice is self-guided. So something I contend with is doing what feels good, and then what's good for me. And then finding the balance of a little of both. If you're doing something that was asymmetrical, give yourself time to do your second side. We have 1 more minute of improvisational movement. One last pose if you need before you set up for Shavasana. And again, I'll invite you to consider what part of this is the good for you part of your practice, and maybe that's doing one more thing, but maybe it's not doing one more thing. Maybe it's the day off, or the commitment to rest, or allowing or undoing physical work. Take another breath or two, wrapping up this pose, and set up for your Shavasana, whatever that is. You can set up on props. You can come to a seat. You could take an early evening nap. Shavasana is a place of physical, mental, and spiritual stillness or steadfastness, a place where a meditative state can arrive to you. Meditation can happen, it can come to you really quickly, or sometimes it takes longer to cultivate. But you make the conditions right for meditation. So you've done the physical work to ease some of the tension that could distract the body. The breath work and the mindfulness helps focus the mind. And then the sense of communion, coming together with nature, with other people, with something other than the self, is that spiritual steadfastness that we've brought with the mind and the body together. I invite you to stay here in Shavasana for 5 minutes at least. That's about 30 breaths. So you can count inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2. If you lose track, that's fine. Just start again at 1. When you reach 30, come out of Shavasana. In the meantime, a mantra to close our practice. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nayena margena mahi mahisha go brahmanibhya shubhamasta nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Join me for one Om. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have an excellent end to your day and an excellent end to your week. I really look forward to seeing you on Friday, and please share this with others as we're really trying to keep our yoga community going. So remember, it is really lovely to see you, and I hope to see you again. Take care.
Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Steph.
How are you?